We did it, Joe. We did it. We made it through 2020. So we're gonna chop it up while we create this bomb look using some of my favorite products from 2020.
Entrada.
All right, let's just hop right into it. I really didn't have any new brow products, so I'm just gonna go in with my regular Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 4.5. This actually has just been my tried and true kind of brow pencil. I know there's been a couple of brow pencils here and there on the market, but I just, you know, stick to what I know. One product that I was really happy I reintroduced into my routine is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This is just one of those products where I'm like, why did I stop using it? It's just really perfect for cleaning up under your eyes. And I also use it to prime my lids because normally I am against concealer for the eyelids, but because of the texture of this and it is dry enough where it's not going to be moving your makeup, this can slide. Something that I do that I honestly don't feel like I be telling y'all, but I also use the Benefit Eye Gel just to straighten up these brows because I like my brows to be a little full, you know what I'm saying? When I was trying to figure out which palette to use for my best of 2020, I really could not narrow it down because your girl swatched a lot of palettes. I really couldn't choose because all of these palettes I really do rock with and I really did enjoy. However, because 2020 would not let me be great, I have to call an audible. We're going to be using the Raw Beauty Kristi at Forest Sight palette. I did not get a chance to use this palette, show you guys, swatch it on my eyes because my computer is slowly dying and yeah, I just could not finish out strong. So we're going to use this palette for today. And this is going to be my first impression of everything. Packaging is just stellar. This is how the interior looks. I don't know what's up with this shade. It's got a little crumblies from another shade. That ain't no problem. But what I can say is if I ever had my own palette, no lie, this is kind of what it would look like because all of these colors really speak to me and I really wanted to use this palette on my channel, so we gonna use it, girl. I kind of want to work in this whole middle section. I'm gonna try to stay away from this purple because I've been doing a lot of purple. We're gonna go into Puffball and figure it all out. I think it's pretty fitting that I end my 2020 with Raw Beauty Kristi because she's honestly had the best 2020. I think she's one of those genuine down-to-earth people who I really want to see succeed. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of Chanterelle and just lightly dust that right over. Taking a tiny bit of Rainier right into my crease. Not too much, just popping it in there. Let's talk about the palettes that I've tried this year. So starting off with Amrezy. I think she dropped somewhere in like February or something. I remember that video very vividly because I did not show my face when I did swatches. That was the first time I think I've ever done arm swatches on this channel. And y'all know me, I prefer eye swatches even though they do hurt my eye a little bit. I just like seeing colors on the eye because an arm swatch, you're really not going to see how it performs, and at least when it comes to an eye swatch, I'm using brushes so you kind of get a gist of how it's going to perform. I really liked the palette. I thought it performed really well. I just liked it. It was just something very simple. Going back into Centrale, I'm trying to look at a mirror and I don't have a mirror. I'm just gonna put some on the front part of my lid. Not too much because I'm only gonna use it as a base. I'm gonna pick up Emerald City and place that right next to this. Ooh, I'm gonna put that right in the center. So Artist Couture had a pretty good year when it came to shadows as well. they released actually 3 palettes. They had the Supreme Nudes, I really like. The summer collection did have some mixed reviews. I personally liked it. That was the first time I did a whole look using only one palette. I've never done that before, so that was pretty cool to do. And they just recently dropped the Club Daddy palette. I actually passed on that palette only because I have the Midnight Maven palette. That was their first palette from last year, and it looked a lot like it, so I didn't feel the need to really purchase it because it was like, all right, I already got that other one. I'm looking like a hot mess, but don't worry about it. We're gonna clean all this. I'm gonna take Pacific Northwest PNW and pat that on the outer part. The next palette is Raw Beauty Kristi X Pure. Love that palette. That was the first time I actually had a pure shadow. In comparison to this current palette, I feel like the pure palette was her baby. Like, she had a lot more control. And I felt like this one was more of for the culture. This is a beautiful color. She's done so many ColourPop reviews. Just gonna grab a blending brush. So to have her collaborate with ColourPop, it's kind of like a full circle moment, and that's the vibe I got with this particular palette. I don't know, I feel like with ColourPop it's kind of like, hey, pick your colors, whereas Pure, it was just like, what do you want to do? You know, it was a slight difference. I wanted to use Gold Coast, West Coast, and I will be putting this very gently everywhere. I'm even gonna go over the green with this, with whatever's remaining. Just kind of feather it out. That did exactly what I wanted it to do. Fantastic. When it comes to both of these palettes, they're just different vibes to it, and I just love how this looks. But I can tell that Kristi put her all into this one. That's all I'm trying to show you. But you know, this palette's still fire. I don't care. It looks good to me. It's colors that I would want to use, but not a lot of people would. Dip back into Puffball and Central, and just kind of get a quick little blend. Is this the brush I use? I hope so. If not, I'm fucked. I couldn't get my hands on the eyeliners that came with this palette, but my best of 2020, this One Size Beauty Eye Kohl. Yo, I just really love how dark this is, and it's just perfect to, even when I did my get ready with me and I made my mistake and got it on the top of my lid, it smudges really nicely. I really fuck with this pencil. I'm gonna pop this into the borderline too. I probably should have waited, but we're here. Hands down, my favorite lashes were the Doha lashes from Lily Lashes. I picked these up because they were having a little lash sale, and I believe I paid like $14 for these. And y'all know Lily Lashes expensive, honey. So when I saw $14 for lashes, I was like, all right, cool. These look like something I will wear, and baby, they are. Like, ooh, she's a lash. At least in my book, she's a lash. She's probably a baby lash to most girls. But for me, this is what works. While my lash dries, the Natasha Denona bronze palette was a surprise hit. I think that was my most surprising palette because I got it from y'all. Thank you, Terracotta Kim. This lash ain't ready. Surprisingly, it wasn't on my radar, and I'm super happy that she just kind of convinced me, like, girl, like, you really need to take a look at this. That's why I like keeping the lines of communication open with y'all, because y'all be telling me stuff like, girl, why aren't you getting this? And I'll be like, low-key dragging my feet, because obviously I swatch a lot of things. but sometimes things will surprise you. And that was my most surprising palette. I've never tried Natasha Denona, and now I'm like, okay, let me see what she's about. It taught me to like really listen to you guys and be like, okay, maybe not get on a hype train, but look at some of the palettes that maybe not a lot of people are talking about. That's the part of YouTube that I miss. I miss getting those recommendations of, hey, take a look at this palette. I think I said this last year too. Like, I just want to get back to that hey girl, like, what you doing? What you using type of energy that YouTube used to have, but not in a, hey, you need to buy this new palette or this new lipstick. I don't want to sell you guys stuff. I'm just showing you stuff that I use. It's a little bit different for me because I'm actually buying this stuff. I ain't got no PR. So me coming up out of my pocket, I can't test everything. But this was one of the palettes where I was like, all right, yo, like, this slaps. So again, thank you, Kim, so much. We all thank you. But look at these lashes though, see? Zoa is that girl. Our little secret, because everybody's on that Miami and Mykonos stuff. But see, these other lashes that nobody really talks about, see, they be hitting. I can't remember if the Hydro Grip Primer was something I discovered in 2020, but we're gonna say we did. This one I really do like because it does have a little bit of that tack to it. So I do feel like my makeup is going to grip on. I completely forgot to clean up the side of my eye. Damn it, girl. I'm gonna do my makeup the way everyone is like, oh my gosh, this is so brand new. And it really isn't. But the concealer I'm going to use is the Pat McGrath concealer in the shade M20. Honestly, this is my favorite concealer of the year. However, I still do need a lighter shade because it just didn't give me that I was looking for. I do plan on getting a better shade. I think I'm still going to go for like a 17 or 18. It's just, I have a lot of concealer right now, but it will come, preferably when it's a 30% off sale. And I missed the sale too. I was like trying not to buy anything. Mind you, I definitely bought some lipsticks because she ended up having a $12 lipstick and there were just a couple of colors. I had to get it. And since I don't have any cream contours that I really was digging this year, I'm just gonna use my good old faithful Black Opal foundation stick. I don't know why this technique of makeup was like so revolutionary. This is crazy. This is so much makeup. It's just underpainting, guys. The thing about this technique, it was definitely tweaked because normally with underpainting, you're using a very dark contour color and you're using a very light concealer in order to underpaint under the makeup so it can still shine through. It was tweaked in a sense where you would still use something relatively close to your skin tone, normally how you would, but instead of covering your entire face, you're kind of just hitting those spots where the concealer and contour meet, and then whatever spaces that were, you know, left open. I don't know why that was just the big thing. And that's the beauty of makeup. Like, you'll see something and it's not really a new way of doing makeup, but it's just tweaked to give you kind of that flawless look. And I think everyone is always looking for a different technique to make application either quicker. I put a hell of concealer right there. I didn't see that whole dollop. But a beautiful way to just apply it quicker or use less product. And that's all it is. And I think this one was one of those techniques. I should have did the little less is more concealer thing, but I just didn't. I forgot. Okay. But getting back to these palettes, the Mented Every Night palette, this was their second drop for a palette, and I was super excited for it because I love Mented Cosmetics. I've done so many videos on here for for Minted. Well, not for Minted because they ain't pay me or send me anything, but I've done a lot of videos about their product. As I was looking at it, I was like, damn, I hope this doesn't come off like negative. It is a good palette, and I think my qualm was it didn't feel like a lot of nighttime. But you also have to remember Minted does very natural stuff. There's nothing on the bottom of this. Therefore, a very specific audience of naturalness and, you know, getting the job done, and I fully appreciate that. I really do like the palette because I have been using it. I have, and it's still one of those palettes I still gravitate towards just for a quick little, you know, a little eye look. I really don't have a best foundation. I did try the Rare Beauty one. I think I might just use it because I bought it this year. Do I want to use this? I'll use a tiny bit of it. It's not my favorite foundation still. Really? Are we not going to show ourselves? Fine. This isn't the right brush. Whatever. So the NARS foundation definitely for me would have been the top. But of course, when you saw that video, your girl didn't have the right undertone, and I didn't try any other shades to go along with it. So it was just like, oh man, I really did appreciate Rare Beauty's like coming out swinging from the gate, like from jump. I gotta give Selena her props. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I just don't reach for it because you know me with application. I'm all about application. I do want to brighten up just a little bit under the eye. I'm gonna be taking this Born This Way concealer right here. I didn't tell you guys that I have warm sand now. I was using butterscotch, and that's cool, but I don't know, something about this warm sand kind of just really brightens up my under eye. So that's what your girl's been using. I haven't been telling y'all, sorry. But another thing I've just been keeping all the secrets, but my favorite sponge has been this Dose of Colors. In my opinion, better than the Beauty Blender because it just bounces and it's super soft. So I love this sponge a lot, and I haven't been telling you guys. It's like $5 cheaper than the Beauty Blender, which $5 is $5. You know, $5 in makeup world, that's a lot of money. You see how that just kind of brightened up just a little bit. I don't need that much brightness. Y'all know I've traveled a long distance from super highlighted things. So it was a toss-up between these two powders, but I'm gonna go with my girl over here, Laura Mercier, in the shade Honey. This powder was super good. super good. It spoke to me, okay? Y'all know I'm not a baker. I like to just set my under eyes, and this just sets it so beautifully. It's not too yellow, and it literally like airbrushes under the eye, and I can use all the help that I can get. You know what? Just for some extra brightening, we're gonna put it on this One Size powder too. Why not? It's the end of the year. Let's go crazy. But I tried this out when I was using the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette. That was a sleeper palette for me because I just did not expect that palette to be that good. It was just like, man, where the heck did you come from? This was the second palette. I was just like, wow, I wish I would have picked up earlier. So that palette was just really good. I'm gonna just place it up under here like this and walk away real quick, only to finish up under my eyes. Going back into this palette, I'm gonna take Homegrown right along. So you see a mirror now. I'm gonna place this right on the lash line. But going back to the Melt palette, I can't even front. That palette just shocked the shit out of me in the best way possible. And I'm so happy that that was a palette that I really like. Just want to darken my waterline again. Not that I need much, but I just want to add an extra bit of protection up in there. Yeah, because I want it very boom. My antics, guys, are amazing. I added a tiny bit of, you know, a little brightness right there, but I still gotta set my entire face using this matte velvet. Matte velvet was the jam this year. It's so good, so matte. Gotta love it. But I do like how it just kind of blurs everything really nicely together. And it's matte. And I'm a big girl. Big girl sweat. I need to keep this powder running, okay? And even as this wears, it just becomes so skin-like, and that's the sign of a good powder. Of course, I got to take Rose Latte favorite cream blush, and the reason why I really love this is because I can put this over a powder like so. It still look good. Still looks good. Y'all know this was the first time your girl was into blush, and I've honestly used this with almost every makeup look. I really surprised myself because I honestly didn't think of the hype with blush, but as I started to use it, I can really tell, like, oh, okay, that's why people wear blush. Cause y'all know my stance on blush. Y'all be like, I be like, black people don't blush, so what's the point? I get it now. I get it. So we're gonna go into bronzer, and these minted bronzers, delicious. I've been using Vacay a lot. Even though this is technically the lighter shade for me, I don't know, I just like it because we've been indoors for so long. So I didn't need the darker one. What's the darker one I got? Yacht Life. Normally I would be using Yacht Life or something like that, but when it comes to bronzers, I've just been gravitating towards the lighter ones, and that might be due to COVID. It might, I don't know. Let's just throw it up like that. Boom. Watch out. Work it in, work it in, work it in. But y'all know when it comes to my nose contour, Fenty, she's always gonna be here. The Fenty cream bronzers definitely were a fail for me this year because it just didn't look like a bronzer. They were too cool to be bronzers. And then palette wise, the Patrick Star palette just didn't hit right for me, but I'm still hopeful for Patrick Star. I just used powder and I used the eyeliner, so it's nothing against one size. It's just that particular palette just didn't work out for me. I mean, I guess those are my two fails for the year. And Fenty, another Fenty product, what is it, the holiday set, the Fenty Glow. That really didn't glow. I'm not gonna be shady. I still fucks with Fenty, obviously. Ooh, I wanna put on another blush. Look at me. Minted Cosmetics, Clay Too Much. This, pigmented AF, #1. And it's just a beautiful color. It really does layer nicely on top of the Fenty cream blush. So just to kind of reinforce it, you see that? I know y'all see it because they look cute, don't they? But I really do love it. It's just something real cute. Gotta go in with the Hydro Grip Setting Mist. I freaking love this. I really do. In combination with everything, it just really, for me, sets my makeup, and it keeps my makeup in place and looking skin-like, but keeping me matte. Remember, El Topo with the oily skin. But I get a little bit more, you know, playtime out in here in these streets before the cops come and catch me. I don't think I bought a new highlighter this. Oh wait, I do have a highlighter. Oh, but I already powdered and all that. we're gonna make it work. Rare Beauty, this is their illuminating drops. I'm gonna take some of this Hydro Grip right on my cheek. Get a little wet. I might be fucking it up. I put it too high. I might have messed up. Where's my sponge? Okay, we're saving it. We're saving it. It's cool. I honestly haven't been reaching for it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it does do a little funny shumting. Oh, because I didn't spray. Damn it. You ain't gonna mess up my tutorial, damn it. No man, we've come too far. I did like that highlighter because it was just enough to throw a little something down. You see, I do find that it works a little bit better under the makeup instead of on top of it when everything is set, because it kind of does cling a little bit. You know, you find these things out when you start using it a little bit more. Overall, it was still a really nice product. It's perfect for those days when you don't want to do too much. For lips, we're gonna take this Pat McGrath lip liner. This is in the shade Supernatural. Oh, since we're using Pat McGrath, I can finish telling you about the last two palettes. The Mothership 4, of course, if y'all saw that video, y'all know that I missed out on the original palette. She brought it back and I was like, hell yeah, this was a Star Wars palette. Even though it was all shimmers, I was like, I still want it. You can still create beautiful eye looks. I'm just filling in my whole lip with this because why not? But even though this is kind of light, it kind of like mutes out my lips, my top lip, which I really dig. And then with the Celestial Divinity, of course, that also was pieces of the Star Wars collection. I ended up with all of the Star Wars stuff that she already previously released, which was kind of funny. But if you didn't participate in it, it was just like, this is the perfect time to get it. So I was like, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? So, and then we are going to top this off with Fenty Gloss. This is Taffy Tease. Do I want to do Taffy Tease? I probably should do something else, but I'm sure it's fine. It'll sheer out. It's fine. But Fenty just launched the cream lips, and we'll see if I pick that up. I'm not digging all of the shades, but y'all know I live for an opaque gloss, so I might indulge in it. And she also has some face powders coming out, so I'm excited. Okay guys, we made it to the end of 2020 and this makeup look. This was just one of those interesting years in makeup. We still had some really great products that came out, some hits, some misses. A lot of things were pushed back. A lot of things did save us some dollars from that pushback, and it was just a very interesting time in the makeup beauty community. And honestly, I had fun this year. I really did. I really wanted to focus this year on, you know, just enjoying makeup again, and I honestly have. I think with the coronavirus and everything not coming out so rapidly, I got a chance to really play in my makeup and enjoy it again, and that was one of my goals from last year. So I'm very happy that I guess I hit my goal, and I did stick to just buying things that I really was interested in. Even though some of you guys convinced me to buy other things, they were still hits, and I really do love our a little circle over here. And I cannot wait for 2021 and seeing what that has to offer. Hopefully our little circle does grow. We hit 1,500. There's 1,500 of us, over 1,500. So I'm excited about that. I know that's not, you know, 1 million subscribers or anything, but I like interacting with y'all, and I'm really grateful for all of y'all who stick around for all of my equipment issues every year and just enjoy my energy and what I have to say. And my goofiness and all of that good stuff. So thank you guys for just rocking out with me. And on to 2021. Check out some of my other videos and I will catch you in 2021.